Good morning, good morning, good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. Get your coffee, your tea, your water, your orange juice, whatever you drinking, and a little bit of me this morning. So, good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. First off, if you open up these two wonderful things on your face this morning, you've already started out with the blessing for today. And my prayer for you is that you continue on to receive blessings throughout the day, no matter how big or how small. But not only that, that you're able to recognize those blessings so that you can be humble and grateful. So the universe open up and pour out more blessings and you have room enough to receive. So happy birthday, Nikki, because Nikki is here, you guys. So happy birthday, Nikki. Good morning, Cookie. Good morning, beautiful. How are you? How are you? How are you today? Good morning. So, it's Tuesday, you guys. What's up? What y'all got popping this morning? I know some people on their way to work and got some boo-boo stanks to get together because I got some kids. What? You know what? That's funny because there's been a lot going on here lately. And so I hope a lot happening. Yesterday was a lot of good stuff happening for you, Cookie, because I know it can get busy. And maybe it was just busy yesterday, and that's cool. I hope that it was nothing that stressed you the hell out. Good morning, Miss Wanda. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, Michelle. Good morning, gorgeous. How are you? How are you? How are you? I have our affirmation for today. I have a card from the Wild Offering, and I got a spirit animal card this morning. And again, in case you guys missed it, it's a happy birthday to Nikki. And Nikki is down here with me, you guys. So, our affirmation for this morning. I understand. Good morning, Miss Kate. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Our affirmation for today was I rejoice in every moment. I love my life. I rejoice in every moment. I love my life. I'm going to save this one. Not because of the date, but just as a reminder that I rejoice in every moment. I love my life. I do, even in the stressful moments. Even those, I love my life. Because guess what? Nobody can do it like I can. Nobody can do this life like I can. And so I rejoice in every moment and I love my life. Yep. It be some moments in there where you be like, why me?
Mama. Yeah.
Let me see.
Yes, I can.
All right. Pretty girl. Can I have a hug before you go to school?
You gonna put my picture on the wall on the refrigerator? A bunny.
Okay, so yesterday was a little stressful for everybody. The worst stress I got yesterday was driving from here to Austin and Austin back. That was my stress. Mom said good morning. Good morning, son. How are you? How are you? How are you? Mom said, Cookie, you didn't send her the information she asked you for. I don't know what that is, sweetheart, but good morning. He said good morning. Your uncle said good morning, Madison. Look at her. Here she comes, sir.
Good morning.
She had to come back. Good morning. There's cousin Nikki this morning. They've been saying happy birthday, lady. She outside, so in the back, so that she wouldn't have to hear the echo. Boy, don't do me like that. Talk about some Madison. I was saying good morning, baby, to Madison. He was talking to Madison. Yeah, she love her some Chard, baby. I warmed it up. I'm sorry. She He said, do you see my son? You know what? I ain't got time for them shenanigans today. He told me to talk about that. And how not to get in it. Yeah, I know. You gotta love these kids, baby. Rayshard, the answer to your question though, because you got on here and you the only person that want to chit it up this morning. Look, they said, hey, make it God's. Rayshard, you just said talk about that. And here's your answer. Make it God's. It says, release the ideal of my. As soon as you start to say the money, the relationship, the job, freedom arrives. So what they said is that instead of saying my debt, the money, the relationship, the job, because it don't belong to you. When you release having to hold on to anything because stuff don't belong to us. So the answer to your question, Rayshard, is about that is we gonna have it regardless. We gonna die with that. Most people don't have all their affairs in order where they pass away and all things is good. So you're gonna live with it and you're gonna die with it. You learn how to manage it. And don't make that yours. It's just that. And so the thing is that I'm not telling people not to pay stuff. What I'm telling them to do is learn how to manage it. Don't bite off more than you can chew. And you are learning, Rayshard. You are learning. But they said, hey, give it to God. Give it to him. We stress out about paying the debt that we create. And the thing is that you can pay it back and you will pay it back because your intention is pure to pay back your debt. But my son had a lesson where it showed him how you can rack up debt so quick. And then one thing can happen because you be paying your credit cards or whatever the case may be. But then one thing happened and it'll shoot your shit. You can't make the payment. You know what I'm saying? So now you got all this interest. Now you got this, oh, you didn't make the payment thing and then not shooting on your credit. And one strike messes up stuff. So for your answer, Rayshard, for the debt, they said, hey, it's just that. It ain't your debt. It ain't my debt. It's just that. And just learn how to deal with it. You know what? If you don't quit playing with me this morning, it says, when there is no grasping, the right actions get shown. Free me from the prison of my dear Lord. Good morning, Dad. Good morning. How are you? Listen, it's not his dad. I'm sorry, Shard. It's not his dad. It's not our dad. It's that. It's just that. It's things that we create. But we can pay those things and we can get out of those particular situations. And if you look at it and you get so irritated with it, then sometimes we're not ready for that. You know, because I told you I had to flip them credit cards so that I could get down here, whatever the case may be. I'm not upset about having to pay them back. I'm upset that I had to charge it. You get what I'm saying? And so, and the whole thing is that I mean, it's that, but I'm paying and it is not a big deal. When you don't have it to pay, that's when you get irritated, Rayshard. Is when you don't have it to pay, when you don't have it to give back, when you can't afford to pay it, or you know something that happened where you okay, sweetheart. You just learning. So he on a credit journey that he's never been on before because his credit is pretty decent. He hasn't had bad credit or anything. It's just he's learning to manage. And everything is under God's plan. They said, just make it God's. Just give it to him. Give it to the universe. Hey, I'm going to be debt free. It's not going to take me that long to pay off the little debt that I got. And it depends on your mind frame and your intentions on when you charge that. Because you ever got a credit card and you knew you was going to max that damn thing out when you got it with no intentions on paying? I'm gonna make somebody laugh this morning. How many of y'all done toe up fingerhood ass? How many of y'all done toe fingerhood ass up? Then got y'all a new place, didn't have all the shit y'all needed, and went in there and toe fingerhood ass up. Charged up everything you could get, linen, bed, towels, everything. Knew damn well you weren't paying fingerhood back. But guess what? Fucked your credit up too. I'm just saying. So it just depends on your intentions behind it. That's all. And we try to act like, oh, I ain't gonna be able. We stress out about the wrong shit. I know, right? Wasn't it? That's why I had to use it. I was like, shit, they don't know. Do you know how many black people that toe fingerhood up? Toe them up, baby. Furnish the whole house. You probably couldn't get furnished, but baby, you could get everything else for your house in there. All the shit for the kitchen, all the shit for the bathroom, all the shit for your bedroom. You can get kids shit, all kind of shit. And guess what? It was credit. They was giving out credit, baby. And people was tearing it up. They'd get fingerhood credit knowing good and well they ain't paying that thing back. I ain't thinking about paying them back. So it's all about your intentions behind it. That's all, you guys. And when you grow up and you get your life in order, you be like, well, shit, you know, I'm not gonna do that anymore. So if you had a fingerhood credit card now, you probably be like, yeah, I'd probably get some towels or something off of there. But the funny thing is that fingerhood was for the poor people. Look at there. You see what Michelle said? They still give out credit through fingerhood. You hear that? And fingerhood is a catalog book. like shopping in Montgomery Wards or something. It's a catalog book. It ain't a store you can go to or nothing else. But guess what? It helped out a whole lot of black families. Even with their poor intentions to not pay back. So I don't know who started fingerhood. I never looked into it. And I don't even know why I'm using them as an example today. But I know that they helped out a lot of families. And they gave people with poor, bad, messed up, shitty ass credit. And some people used it and got on their feet. And some people misused it. And look at there, regardless of what happened, regardless of what happens, they still giving out credit. So, Rayshard, this must have been a lie for you today. So my card today, our card, is a giraffe spirit. It says, see the big picture. See the big picture. We look at stuff so small, so minute, because that's all we see is right. What's right in front of us. But if I put my hands out like this, we see what's right in front of us. This right here. That's what we see. And so they say, hey, sometimes you got to look at stuff so much bigger than that. Even with situations that you got going on, you got to look at it bigger than this. So let's get it this morning. It says, giraffes stretch upward to reach the treetops and look down from the high vantage point. When giraffe spirits appear, it is a sign to observe from a higher view. Look at it from a higher view, like an eagle that looks down on stuff and be able to recognize and say, hey, use your higher perspective when you're looking at this stuff. And so it says, in all aspects of your life, it's time to stretch your neck out and broaden your view. And I agree. Ain't that right, Michelle? Stretch your neck out and broaden your view. We like to live in the comfort zone of the stuff that we already know, the stuff that we already doing, and we get comfortable with that. And then when we got to go out our territory, when we got to go out our stuff, it's uncomfortable. And Michelle, I guess I'm able to use it because it's uncomfortable. She in an uncomfortable spot right now. This is a whole new state. Everything is new to her. She in an uncomfortable spot. But guess what? She stretched her neck out and did that thing. You get what I'm saying? She stretched her neck out and broadened her view to see something new. It says, open your eyes to what others need or are experiencing, and see the big picture you fit into. So it says, not only look at your stuff, look at the stuff that's going on around you. Look at other people's stuff. Because guess what? We learn off of other people's stuff too. We learn off of how people move. We learn, hey, it's a pothole in the road right there. You might not want to go down there unless you're going to bust your damn tire. We learn that. We learn that from watching other people sometimes, from watching them fail. We learn that, hey, we don't want them child support people on our ass, from watching the child support people tear somebody else's ass up. Ain't that right? So look at the bigger picture. It says, no matter how great your wisdom, knowledge, or experience, you don't want to overlook details and connections that will help you better understand yourself and your circumstances. So stretch yourself. Look beyond what catches your attention at eye level, and know that not everything is as obvious as you might like it to be. Not everything is as obvious as you want it to be. You want everybody to be straightforward with you. You want all situations to be everything ain't straightforward. Everybody ain't telling you the truth. And sometimes you really got to analyze some stuff. So they say, hey, sit back and pay attention, because it may be more to the story. It may be more to the situation if you look at it from a bigger glass. And sometimes when you take yourself out of the situation and look at it, you be able to see, hey, that's where the stuff going wrong at, or that's where I need to fix something at, or this is what you can see all of that. But sometimes we be in the midst of stuff and it cloud our brain up till we can't see straight. They say that's okay. Today, you're going to learn to get the fog out your face and pay attention. Because just because you see something one way right in your face, I told you all the time about changing your perspective of stuff. Sometimes we think the outcome's supposed to be one particular way, and God come and he show all the way out. They show all the way out to the point where you be like, oh, I ain't see this coming. And they keep showing you that, hey, stop putting me in a box. You don't want nobody to limit you. So what makes you think that we can't do all these things? What makes you think that we ain't the great I am? What makes you think that we can't do all the stuff that we told you we could do and beyond? But when we put them in a box, then it's like, hey, they can only do what you allow them to do. The universe, the angels, the gods, they can only do what you allow them to do. So if you say, hey, well, I want this, and you see it this way, and you keep blocking them from doing what you want, they say, hey, I can only do what you let me do. And we block a lot of stuff. And that's because our perception of the way we see stuff, we so fixed on it going this way. It got to go this way because I see it going this way. It can't veer off the path. Because if it veer off the path, it just might not be right? And we block blessings sometimes because that path might have been just the easier path. Because we just see it going this straight, narrow way. Look beyond what you can see. Sometimes we get so caught up in everyday life and the stuff that's going on in this life that we forget that, hey, I got some foresight. I can see beyond what's going on right now. I can use my higher self and be a better version. And hey, yep, it's probably some stuff going on in my house right now, but what's the bigger picture? What's really the problem? You ever had somebody blow up on you and act a fool, and then you be sitting there trying to figure out Well, what the hell I do to them? What's the problem? But if you step out of it and you realize that the bigger picture it wasn't even you. You wasn't even a problem. They just took something out on you because they don't know how to deal with their emotions or whatever the case may be. But you step back and because you cared enough to even, hey, what did I do wrong? Why are you tripping, or what's going on? Just to figure out that you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't have anything to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But you got the remnants of it. So sometimes we got to pay attention. We got to look through eyes of a magnifying glass, the ego, the giraffe. We got to look down on it. We got to magnify it. Sometimes it don't even be about us. And we pick it up and we carry it and we angry and all of those things because we don't even know how to deal with it. When at some point, when you think you got it bad, just listen to a couple of stories from other people. They got it so much worse. Just listen to somebody's story. And so we think that, all this stuff, people go through stuff. We go through stuff every day. We persevere past stuff every day. That's why it's a blessing every day that you open your eyes. Because we make moves every day that could possibly end us. But guess what? We still here. We still fighting. And so you have so much to offer yourself and the people around you and the people that care about you. We hold on to stuff that we shouldn't hold on to. Let that stuff go. Quit putting stuff on your plate that don't belong there. Start looking through the eyes of, like they said, an eagle or giraffe, to look down on those things and be like, hey, you know what? It's probably a little bad, but it ain't as bad as it could probably get. Because if you start looking at it different and change your aspect and your thinking of it, it don't be that bad. We make it worse than what it is sometimes just from our thought process. We make it worse. We make a little bitty problem that's this big into a big ass molehill because of our emotions, because of the way we feel about it, because sometimes we even think that it's unfair. And I'm talking because I've been there. It's been me. I have fought for $10 when sometimes you could just let that 10 go and go get 10 times 10 more. You get what I'm saying? But I'm standing here fighting for this $10 when there's $100 waiting on me over here. You get what I'm saying? And so we all have decisions to make. And sometimes we don't feel like they correct or whatever, but do whatever is best for you. We incorporate so many people into our lives, and we always trying to help, and we always doing things for other people, and we make decisions about our life based on other people. And then it started to hurt us. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about because all of us do it. And I don't care how old you are. We all do it. We all do things because we're trying to help a sibling. We're trying to help our parent. We're trying to help and it drains us sometimes because it's hard. It's hard helping somebody else, especially when we ain't quite got our shit together either. And then it's even harder when they feel like they ain't accepting the help like they supposed to, or they don't appreciate the stuff that you're doing for them. But sometimes those are lessons that, hey, You need to step back. And I'm talking to me and I'm talking about me because I had to allow my children to be grown. I've been a mama bear so long that that's all I wanted to do was be a mama bear. I'm going to protect them. I'm going to protect them. I'm going to protect them. Guess what? Until he showed me, I don't care what you do. I don't care how much you pray. They grown, baby. They going to do their own thing. And I had to start to let go. And I had to start to let them live and do their own thing. I got to start to let them figure their own lives out. I got to start to let them see stuff from a bigger perspective on their own. Because I can tell them about their friends and what I see. But guess what? That ain't for me. I'm learning my spot. We don't get it overnight. And sometimes we overstep our boundaries. Be okay with that. Learn how to apologize and move around. Just be like, okay, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even been in that. It's okay. Because it's a learning process. It didn't happen overnight. It's a learning process. Start looking at things a little bigger than what we used to. Because we got to change some behaviors. We got to unlearn some stuff that we learned from parents and grandparents. And then we got to start to apply some things to our lives. This is your life. How do you see you living it? Are you your best version? Are you trying to be your best version? Are you moving on the things that you see or you hear? Are those the things that you're doing? Or are you worried about what the hell going on with Michelle all the way in South Carolina? Or are you worried about what's going on with Nikki on my back porch? Are you worried about what everybody else is doing except for what you're doing?
Something like that.
Because guess what? When you start to do stuff like that, you losing yourself. Because you got more time to figure out everybody else's business but your own. I only got time for this. It's 24 hours in a day. And 23 of them, I'm thinking about me. In an hour, I'm thinking about other bull crap. But if I don't have nothing to do with it, I am learning to stay out of stuff and look at it from a higher perspective and a bigger picture, because it's bigger things. Sometimes we only see the perspective of an ant because things are just right there in our face. And they say, hey, think bigger, go bigger. And I know that sometimes y'all be like, hey, she said she gonna do. Listen, everything that I tell you that I'm gonna do, regardless if you see me working on it or not, I'm a woman of my word. So I work on my shit. And so the funny thing is that when I tell you that, hey, I'm working on something with my granddaughter, guess what? I'm working on that thing with her. Yup. I didn't already signed up for a chakra dance class to try to teach kids or whatever how to meditate and stuff like that, because I told y'all I was going to do that thing, right? You ain't always got to see, and y'all ain't always got to know what I got going on. But just know that I am always trying to be the best version of myself. People pay attention to what you show them. Not what you tell them, but what you show them. I show y'all me. Yup, I got a lot of stories and I tell y'all a whole lot of bullshit. But I show you the authentic me. The cussing, the everything. When I get off of here, this is what I am. I want you guys to be better versions of who you are. Don't worry about what everybody else got going on. Because when you stand in front of the great I am, he ain't going to ask you about what Nikki did. He ain't going to ask you about what the hell Michelle was doing in South Carolina. He going to ask you about what the hell you did and how great was your life. So With that being said, go out, have a terrific freaking Tuesday. Go rock this day because you guys are fucking awesome. And happy birthday, Nikki. Happy birthday, happy birthday. That's Nikki, you guys. And so go out and be blessed. I love each and every one of you guys. And I want you to be the best version of yourself. Don't worry about what people got going on. Worry about you. And think bigger. Because you are bigger. I love you guys so very much. And I will definitely see you right here tomorrow for the card of the day. I love you guys. Bye-bye. And you are the best version of yourself, Rayshard, every day. Go be perfect. I love you guys. Cookie too. Bye-bye.